Hey YouTube, this is Alexander, and today I'll be giving you my thoughts of 2015. So in case you guys aren't familiar, my thoughts is basically a segment that I put together so that I could give you my thoughts on anything going on in the world of mobile technology, and sometimes I venture outside of the world of mobile. Anyway, today I'll be giving you my thoughts on Google Glass and its future. So let's go ahead and get started. So before I get started on the future of Glass, I want to go ahead and back it up for just a moment to give us a little bit of a backstory. So Glass was initially debuted in 2012 at Google I/O, and it had, pretty positive feedback. There were celebrities who were wearing it and kind of endorsing it. It had, I think it was featured, at least a faux Google Glass unit was featured in a music video shortly thereafter, and it just had, a little bit of buzz around it, and people were very interested in it. Shortly thereafter, the public's reaction sort of shifted and changed, and it wasn't necessarily that it wasn't popular or exciting anymore, but it just started being seen as a negative point, and there were a lot of people coming out against Google Glass saying that it should be banned and whatnot, and it ended up being banned in a lot of places all around the United States. Google also had an Explorer program and an If I Had Glass contest to allow people to enter and have a glass unit of their own who were not of or a part of Google at all. Just normal people could go ahead who had $1,500 and could go ahead and pick up their own glass unit. A little while after they had the contest and the Explorer program, they then opened it up on Google Play, so anybody with $1,500 could go in. Anybody who also had access to Google Play and it was available in their country could go in and buy Google Glass for $1,500. So a little while after it landed on the Google Play Store, Google said that it would be removed starting, I believe, January 19th. That would be the last day anybody could buy a glass unit. And then it had graduated from Google's X Labs or Google X, where they host all of their secret projects, on over to Nest. And it is now over there at Nest, which is also owned by Google. And Tony Fadell, amongst others, are heading the project of Glass over there. But some have said that it's basically just a way for Google to quietly kill off Glass, while others say that it's actually going to make a comeback. Tony Fadell says that when or if Google Glass comes back in the future, it will have no Explorer program or beta or anything like that, no public testing. It's basically just going to be released to consumers, and I'm pretty excited for that. I hope that it is in fact released sometime in the near future, maybe a couple years if that. And I hope that it brings along with it a lot of new features. I hope VR is actually one of them, although I have seen a lot of the VR headsets and they look pretty bulky, so I'm not sure that they could actually incorporate VR into such a tiny frame. At this moment anyway, maybe they're working on it. It would be interesting and kind of cool to see VR introduced in the new Glass, but I guess we just have to wait and see. Also, I hope that the public is a little bit more open to Glass in the future and they don't put such strange bans on it like in bars and restaurants where your phones and other cameras aren't normally even banned. That was just weird to me. But on the other side, there's also the argument of whether or not we need Glass or a product like Glass to give us notifications and allow us to have video calls and take video calls and record and things like that, because we have watches, and although watches can't record and all that, well, some of them can. Do we really need another product, especially one that goes over our face, when we now have wearables like watches to just go on our wrist and that look a little bit less obtrusive and weird? I guess that's up to you guys to decide. I personally don't mind having both of them side by side, or maybe if, like I said, Glass introduced something new that wearables couldn't do, along the lines of video recording or picture taking or VR, something like that that watches necessarily don't do, then I think it would be kind of cool to have them side by side, or maybe one could take over the other, especially depending on what situation you're in. Maybe they could have sports types of Glass units so that it could kind of compete with the GoPros and stuff that you can strap on your head and you could record that way when you're on trips. I think that kind of stuff would be really cool. Anyway, I'm pretty much just really excited for Glass to come back, and I hope that it does. I really hope that Nest is working on it and that they're going to get it out and it comes back to the public and available for all to buy in places like Best Buy and maybe Amazon, of course, the Google Play Store. That would be really awesome. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe down there for more, and let me know what you guys think about the future of Glass. Do you really think it's going to come back? Do you think that this is just a nice silent way to kill off the project? Do you guys not really see any point of it? Let me know with a comment down below, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.